Welcome to episode number 40. I'm CJ Werleman. Thank you for joining us. In this week's episode, we call on the international community to stand up and take notice of the war taking place against Muslim women in India. But first, a quick reminder to click on the subscribe button below so you don't miss out any future episodes. Now let's get into it. The Modi regime and its Hindu national supporters have launched a new war against Muslim women, one waged not only against their bodies but across all socio-economic spheres, from education to employment to healthcare. In their effort to transform India into a Hindu-only nation, these fascists and extremists have only one goal in mind: to make life so unbearable for Muslim families that they will be left with no other choice but to flee India for neighbouring Pakistan or Bangladesh. By any other name, this is textbook ethnic cleansing. And in both style and substance, it mirrors the methods used by Israel when it forcibly expelled 1 million Palestinians during the 1948 Nakba. At the heart of this strategy is rape and other forms of sexualized violence, which have become so normalized under the Modi regime that ready and able Hindu rapists post their threats online and in broad daylight without fear of consequence. This strategy began 6 months ago when Hindu nationalists targeted more than 100 million women journalists, activists and academics by uploading their images onto a website to be auctioned off to Hindu men, with the explicit aim of targeting sexualized hate and harm towards them. Play the clip.
Targeted harassment of Muslim women. A shameful incident with deep communal overtones. A social media app called Bully Buy listed Muslim women for what it called an auction. The perpetrators stole several photos of prominent women from their social media accounts, only to doctor and upload them, sparking outrage.
The goal is unmistakable: to silence and displace prominent Muslim women from visible political spaces. Here's Indian journalist Afar Kunum to explain how the Indian government is behind this. Roll it.
I feel it is a part of their strategy to actually attack those women who are political, who are outspoken, who are brave, who are critical of this government's socio-political, economic policies, and women like me who are political journalists who report from New Delhi and report on Narendra Modi's government.
Now here's journalist Fatima Khan to explain the psychological impact these mock auctions have had on her and her colleagues. Play.
The thing is, you don't know what's worse that could happen, and your mind immediately goes there. That look, this is just my picture that they've screenshotted and used for this purpose. What else do they have on me? What else can they do to me?
Unsurprisingly, Muslim women everywhere are now being raped or threatened with rape from radicalized Hindu men, while the Modi regime signals its tacit approval in remaining silent. This silence has allowed the country's Hindu for hate preachers to fill the void with their calls for genocide and the mass rape of Muslim women. Last week at a religious gathering, the leader of a Hindu extremist group urged Hindu men to rape Muslim women to discourage Muslim men dating Hindu women, while also encouraging Hindu parents to beat their sons if they date Muslim girls. Watch.
लेकिन ऐसी हिम्मत आनी भी तो चाहिए। जवान लड़के बैठे हैं, दौड़ कर काम करते हैं, सेल्फी लेते हैं, लेकिन इन सेल्फी लेने से काम थोड़ा चलेगा। अगर कोई लड़की भाग जाती है किसी मुसलमान के साथ में, तो लड़कों को करना चाहिए, उस लड़के को वहां से बुलाना चाहिए और बुला करके कान के नीचे दो लगाए और साथ में उनके माता पिता को भी लगाए।
But alas, this isn't even the worst of it. Hindu nationalists have set up thousands of websites, message boards and online chat rooms to encourage each other to hunt Muslim women in packs and then mass rape them, as I reported here recently. But none of this should surprise you, because rape has long been justified as a legitimate political tool by Hindu nationalist leaders, including Veer Savarkar, who urged Hindu men to treat Muslim women as the enemy in his book, The Six Glorious Epochs of Indian History. And here's what Indian scholar Shiva Vandana noted in her book, India Divided, Diversity and Democracy Under Attack. She wrote this, and I quote, "Young Hindu boys have been taught to burn, rape and kill in the name of Hindutva," end quote. Which explains why rape was a cornerstone of Hindu violence against Muslims during the 2002 Gujarat riots, with human rights groups estimating more than 250 Muslim women and girls were gang raped before being thrown into burning fires. You see, rape is always used as a tool in war, genocide and communal violence as a means to humiliate and demoralize the enemy or target a community. And today rape is being used in mainstream India, remembering the country has endured a long simmering rape crisis, having been identified as the world's most dangerous place to be a woman. But rape isn't the only tool being used by Hindu nationalists to make life unbearable for Muslim women. Hindu extremists are now aiming to exclude them from employment and educational opportunities. All over the country, we are witnessing female Muslim students being denied admission into government-funded colleges, which constitutes a violation of the Indian Constitution, which guarantees the right of all citizens to practice their religious belief. In Karnataka last week, Hindu radicals at a government-funded college refused a dozen hijab-wearing Muslim students entrance to the campus. In this next video, you will see and hear them crying, pleading to be allowed entry to sit their final exams, which are only 8 weeks away. Watch. But despite their pleas, and despite that the school's handbook states permission to wear the hijab, the school board has not only shut the gate on them, but also their academic futures. Go. That same day, the school's Hindu for radicalized male student body marched through the streets wearing saffron-coloured scarves to express support for the school administrator's unconstitutional decision to ban hijab-wearing Muslim students from campus. Play. This vicious, ideological driven war is also causing catastrophic healthcare outcomes, with an ever-increasing number of hospitals and doctors across the country denying medical care to Muslim women. Now watch this doctor at a government-run hospital say she will treat only Hindus, not Muslims, because they're terrorists. Play.
और इनको हम वीआईपी ट्रीटमेंट दे रहे हैं और खाना पीना ये लगा रहे हैं, अपना रिसोर्सेज इनके एग्जॉस्ट कर रहे हैं, अपने डॉक्टरों को बीमार कर रहे हैं, इनके लिए अपना खाना खत्म करा रहे हैं, होटल का बिल पे कर रहे हैं, हम लोग रोज लाख सवा लाख रुपया होटल बिल पे कर रहे हैं, इन लोगों से कितनी डॉक्टर क्वारंटाइन.
And now this, a Hindu for radicalized doctor who not only refused to provide care to a pregnant Muslim woman, but also kicked her in the stomach, which ultimately killed her unborn child. One must wonder, where the hell is the international community on all of this? We are not only witnessing the preparation for genocide, but also the preparation for state-sanctioned sexualized violence against millions of Muslim women. And the Western world's hypocrisy could not be more obvious. I mean, when the Taliban deny education to Afghan women, white Western feminists howl their outrage, while often calling for sanctions and even military intervention. And let's not forget it was white Western feminists who sold the Afghan war to the American public by arguing Afghan women needed saving from the Taliban. Here's former First Lady Laura Bush giving a national radio address in December 2001. Roll it.
Good morning. I'm Laura Bush, and I'm delivering this week's radio address to kick off a worldwide effort to focus on the brutality against women and children by the Al-Qaeda terrorist network and the regime it supports in Afghanistan, the Taliban.
You see, here's the thing. Fighting for women's rights was made inseparable from the war on terror. And even today, we routinely see Hollywood movie icons urging solidarity for Afghan women. But for Muslim women in India, who face a much greater terror, there's a total absence of solidarity. Why? It's because Islamophobia is deeply entrenched within ideals prescribed by white Western feminism, which has come to see itself as a compulsory antidote to Muslim patriarchy. Which is why white feminist voices are mostly muted towards Muslim women who suffer oppression at the hands of governments associated with non-Islamic faiths, including Hinduism and Judaism. This must change immediately, because it's no longer hyperbole to declare millions of Indian Muslim lives are now in extreme jeopardy. Anyway, that's all we have time for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe to this channel and help spread the word with your friends and family on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we kindly ask you please support this endeavor by becoming a member of this show at patreon.com/CJ Werleman. We can't produce, sustain and grow this show without your help, and we offer exclusive benefits to those who do. But for now, good night, good morning, good day, wherever you are, and stay blessed.